Hey guys, it's 8 o'clock. I just dropped the kids off at school. It's 8:10, and I'm rushing to the U.S. Capitol. I just saw a video, a couple helicopters on the mall, but then I just got an alert from the Capitol Police. Oh, our exercise is finished. 10-minute exercise? I don't know what's going on. I'm rushing down there right now. I'll let you know in a minute. So we're on the west front of the U.S. Capitol. There's not much going on out here at the moment, but I just saw a couple buses go in here into the east front. Let's go take a look up here and see what we see. I just saw a couple U.S. Capitol Police buses. Oh, they're way over there. They just went in with their lights on and everything, but we'll see if we can see them when we go around the east door. So there's your Supreme Court. Good morning. And this is the Senate side. Now over here, you guys should be able to see the U.S. Capitol Police command vehicle. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. There, you see that blue one? U.S. Capitol Police Command. So that's where they were running the exercise from, I assume. That blue command vehicle. Biden is in town, but he's not doing anything till like 4:30 today. Today at 4:30, the head of NATO, the general in charge of NATO, arrives and meets with Biden. And then, I don't know what they're doing. Hey guys, it's like 2:30 or so, 2:37. On Monday afternoon, and I'm headed down to Georgetown real quick, drop something at the Apple store. Something broke, something always breaks, and then we're gonna head over to the White House and the mall, go back up to the U.S. Capitol, see what's going on. Not much was going on this morning after the helicopters landed that I missed, which some of the other folks who make videos got to film. I didn't, but we'll go see what's going on this afternoon, because hey, every few hours things change. So let's go take a look. So not sure when you're watching what the status will be. When I left the house, I was at 99,980 subscribers, 20 people short of 100,000. So we're almost at 100,000. In fact, we might be at 100,000 by the time you watch this. I don't know. Hey, what's up with Russians? The door is open. Little Russians going in. Little, like after school, there's all these like Russian school kids are coming back into the embassy. Anyway, as I was saying, we might be at 100,000 by the time you watch this. That would be cool. You know why? Because I get a big piece of, I get a big silver plaque I can put on the wall. And since I don't really have much on my wall, that gives me something to like look forward to. Something to take up 2 feet of space. So here's Rockland's. Oh, it just smells so good. Whenever you go by a barbecue place, it just smells so good. Up here on the left, next to the Whole Foods, is Sprig and Sprout. That's the place that caught fire, and, you know, I think, well, the lights are on. I guess they are open. The Vice President's house is down that alley right there, right next to the strip club and sushi restaurant. I kid you not. There is a well-known adult entertainment club just behind the Vice President's place. It was very popular with the Russians. FBI guys who used to follow the KGB guys around town, they used to have to sit outside because they weren't supposed to go into the adult entertainment place while the guys they were tailing were inside drinking shots. And so we're going to go down a couple more blocks. You guys saw me here yesterday. That pink place is the Bagel Shop. Call Your Mother Bagels. It's actually well regarded amongst bagel aficionados. I mean, it is New York style, New York tasting bagels here in Washington, D.C. So a lot of New Yorkers, they're like, oh, you know, we're not in New York, so we can't get the best. But this is not a bad substitute. In fact, I saw it on one of the top bagel bakeries of the U.S. rankings. In fact, Joe Biden's limocade, once coming out of church, stopped there. The Secret Service agent was dispatched to grab an order of bagels and take them back to the White House. There's Captain's Row. I showed you this the other day. It's the houses, the beautiful old houses that were owned by the captains and the merchants and the traders in the days when Georgetown was a big port city. The street's also kind of quiet, not that many cars. So the original Georgetown Cupcake, the place that started the craze and the TV show, was located on this street. But the neighbors, oh man, did the neighbors just hated it because they were driving everyone nuts. Yeah, so this place here is the original Georgetown Cupcake. But they had to move because the demand after the show became a hit became just out of control. So now they're about 2 blocks away. All right, docked. The $3 falafel sandwich. Well, this is the Azerbaijan Trade and Cultural Center. Back in the days of the Cold War, trade and cultural centers were basically just spy dens, economic espionage, propaganda operations. Don't know how it is today. It is kind of cool though. I mean, if you are into foreign culture, you can go to embassies and trade and cultural centers and attend like at the French embassy, for example, you can go see movies or hear plays read to you at the British embassy. Or I watch soccer games at some of the embassies sometimes. In fact, the Euro 2021 or whatever's coming up, I'm sure we'll be able to watch some of that at the embassy. That'll be kind of cool. Okay, there's the Apple store. They've actually cut back their COVID screening. They used to have to line up outside and you used to have to get a temperature check before you could go in the Apple store, but it seems they've mellowed out a little bit. In fact, there's quite a few people in there. They were restricting the number of people inside for a while. So guys, 8 more subscribers and we hit the magic 100,000, which would be kind of cool. Hey, across the street is another embassy. That is the Royal Thai Embassy. I've shown you the Thai ambassador's residence up by the French ambassador's residence up in Kalorama, but that's the actual embassy down here. You'd think there'd be some decent Thai food around here, but there really isn't. Now, some of you came and saw my video of the Georgetown Glow Festival, the GLOW. That was a Georgetown, that's a light festival at night. This is one of the sculptures that's used in the Georgetown Glow Festival. I'll put a link to that video in the description so you can see what this looks like all lit up at night. And it's a free light show that takes place. It's a free light show that takes place all around Georgetown until June 27th. So you got a few more weeks to catch this nighttime light show here in Georgetown. Let's get over by the water. Oof. And let's make our way down the river. So I'll show you guys this sculpture, which is pretty cool. Do you see the face? Yeah. So over the weekend, somebody died in the Potomac. Someone tried to swim from one side of the Potomac to the other and went under. They called a massive rescue response, fireboats, helicopters. And after hours of searching, they said no, they couldn't find him. So they have kind of a sneaking suspicion in the next few days one of these boaters might stumble across his body, which is kind of sad. Guy just out yesterday in the heat deciding to go for a swim. Alrighty, so pulling up behind the Lincoln Memorial. I'm wearing long pants today. That's probably a dumb idea. I should have worn shorts. Tomorrow we got rain in the forecast, so I'm not really sure what we're going to be able to film. Nobody here today. I mean, oh, there are people there, but there's nobody in the roads. The roads are quiet, but the number of tourists are actually up. This is like a weekend level of tourists. We've seen this level of tourists on the weekends, but today's a Monday. Mondays are not, well, weekends. You should be hearing cicadas all over the place. We're going to go down a road where you'll hear lots of cicadas. And the park is open. That's good. That's the Renwick Gallery. And the Blair House. Or the white one is the Blair House. It's not black, it's sort of tan brown. Let's see who's in the park today. Man, that's loud. I think they make that on purpose so loud. Pretty normal looking day here. The truth conductor is playing his music again. Probably gonna mess with my YouTube algorithm. It's hot. What else can we see? It's interesting. This fence is interesting. I noticed this the other day. There's a chain link fence back there. I think they were they were power washing the sidewalk there or something, and now they put a chain link fence around that little bit there. I don't know if it's it could be a new sidewalk or it could be new grass. Not sure which is being protected from whom or what. All right, let's go around the other side. All right, where they put the ramp? The ramp was there. Well, they moved the ramp again. I guess they just want us to go through the main road. Alrighty, let's go down this way. What do you think? Should we head up to the Capitol? Take a look at what's going on there this afternoon? It's 3:41. I was going to try to catch the next NATO secretary coming in, but that's not that big a deal. It's just a couple cars. Some sort of siren coming down the street. Also, it sounds like a clown car. That's a very strange siren. One I haven't heard before. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Those AMR ambulances. So that's the Trump Hotel in the old post office pavilion. Though the newspaper stories say the Trump Corporation is trying to offload the lease. They want out of this building. That siren is still going this way. I think we're following it. Let's get out of this intersection so we have some room to maneuver. Oh, that's Pete Williams over there. Hang on a second. He likes his horn. That, or he doesn't like Pete Williams, who is, what, CNN? Or MSNBC? Who's he with now? So he's not with CNN, he's with NBC. He's NBC News Justice Correspondent, and that makes a bit of sense because we're biking in front of the Department of Justice right here. Not really sure what they're talking about. Alrighty then. We're moving again. So some of you guys were saying that a stage or some platform is being built. I saw some video of something being offloaded, pallets. Oh, I see them. They're down there by the Native American Indian Museum. Let's go check it out. I thought it might be for Air and Space, because Air and Space, as you can probably tell from those giant cranes, is being, well, rebuilt, renovated. But that's a bit farther down. That's over closer by the Capitol. Kind of halfway between the Capitol and here. Let's take a look. Interesting. Now, I'd said to some people in the comments that it might be for a Capitol 4th, which is this big 4th of July celebration that they set up every year, but this is not where you would expect to see that. You'd expect to see the Capitol 4th stuff up at the Capitol itself. This is a good 3 blocks away from that. I don't think that's related to the Capitol 4th, unless it's like chairs out here. Let's take a look at what this is. It looks like it's plastic. It's like a plastic, it's a plastic floor kind of thing, yeah? So it's like tons and tons and tons of a plastic floor. These are the like ramps. You see these have got like little angles. Oh, I think there's like kids are gonna have a race. Alrighty, so some forklifts. More of these pallets of plastic floor type stuff. It's like a temporary floor, RGT, I don't know what that means. And then it's like honeycomb sort of. So maybe they're just gonna like cover all this grass with floor. That'd be typical. They spend months redoing all the grass and then they're gonna come out and put this crap down. I wouldn't put them past them. Even though they kill all the flooring. Let's see if we can see anything else over here. There might also be some sort of mall protest or something like that. Or like the Smithsonian Folklife Festival, but I don't think that's going on this year. I thought that was canceled. There's a truck. Here's more of this flooring stuff. So we have pallet upon pallet of plastic snapped together flooring. I would honestly say there's probably enough flooring to cover this entire city block. So maybe I'm gonna set this up and then put chairs on it or something like that. I don't know, I can go research it a little. Because there are events that go on out here, but I don't know any events that like put down a whole floor on top of grass. So earlier today they did land helicopters out on the National Mall. I was busy dropping off my kid for school and missed it, and I'm very, very annoyed with myself because it looked really cool. It's very rare that we get helicopters like on the Capitol grounds. I mean, like incredibly rare. Like I don't recall any drills landing helicopters at the Capitol. I recall some emergencies that have required helicopters at the Capitol, like when the policeman was shot, or when 9/11. During 9/11, they landed helicopters out here. But that was continuity of government. This today was something different. I was able to trace the helicopters, not me, the helicopter spotters that I hang out with on Twitter and stuff. They said it was the 12th Army Aviation Brigade. It was their helicopters. And they had some links to some pages I'm gonna have to check out when I get home. Oh wow, the gate's open. Oh, it's probably for those cars to come out. Whew, it's hot. Boy, that thing is loud. Needs some WD-40. This is the north entrance. Oof. So earlier today, I showed you in my live stream the Capitol Police command vehicle for the exercise, which was parked right over there. It's not there now. It's been moved somewhere. What is it? It's 4 o'clock. So yeah, it was 8 hours ago that the helicopters departed the Capitol. There's a Capitol Police officer. Now, back in January, February, we saw National Guard like every 3 or 4 yards surrounding this building. And then that dropped to like every 10 yards. And then it dropped to just the command booths. And technically, they're all gone now. Though, there could technically still be a few. I don't really know. I just have not seen any since they announced their departure, which was a couple weeks ago. To be honest, I hadn't seen that many prior to them announcing their departure in the weeks prior to that. Oh, there we go. In my comments during my live stream, people were asking what was being built here at the Supreme Court. So let me show you. It's a scaffolding, and it looks like they're working or cleaning up these 2 statues or urns or whatever these things are called here at the Supreme Court. There's one on each side. The steps are still closed off to the public, which is a bit annoying.
So you walk right in.
Why would you do that?
Really?
I don't know, maybe not.
Well, the other
There's our Library of Congress. We were here earlier today. It is an absolutely gorgeous building, and inside is even more beautiful. The Congressional Reading Room is one of those things that most tourists don't see. But if you get a chance to go in and see the Congressional Reading Room inside Library of Congress, do so. You can see it in a famous movie, All the President's Men, when Woodward and Bernstein were going through dozens and dozens of documents in the Library of Congress reading room. And that was a rather memorable scene as the camera panned its way back up the tower of the Congressional Reading Room. All the President's Men is a pretty good flick. It's fun to see that movie now because so much has changed in Washington. Not only is the Washington Post not in the same building, but certain roads are closed and stuff like that. It's like, you can't drive there right now. That road's closed. However, it's interesting, the number for the White House, 202-456-1414, is the same. That was the same phone number that they used in the movie. You know, Robert Redford's character is like, what's the White House phone number? 202-456-1414. And that number is still the same today, if you call the switchboard. They have a horrible, horrible April 1st. The White House switchboard. They take so many calls for the president. Or for a quote, you know, is Donald there? Is Joe there? People call. People go in and say, oh, you have a voicemail, 202-456-1414 from Joe, or from Donald, or George, or something like that. On this side, we're on the House side now. It also looks pretty quiet. The House is not in session today. The congressmen, by and large, most of the congressmen are not in town. They're members of what's known as the Tuesday-Thursday Club, and they're gone except for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I think they were adjourned last week, so they probably weren't even around last week. So a lot of them will be coming back tomorrow to Washington for the first time in a while. These bollards actually have the seal of the U.S. government in there. Little eagle. Ugh. All right, there's our Botanical Gardens. That's actually a beautiful place, closed by COVID, but indoors is really fun. Lots of cool plants and stuff. We used to go ice skating on the reflecting pool, and then we would like run into the desert room of the Botanical Gardens just to have our bodies go through like an 80-degree temperature change in a matter of seconds. Ooh, I made it. I'm so swag. So these are like these unmarked police cars. I think they were just too busy to like paint them. Guy's doing a selfie. Let me take a selfie. Who wears cheetah anyway? Alrighty. Oh, Capitol Police stopped someone up here for something. Probably ran a stop sign. Whew, it is warm. The other thing that's warm is this camera, this little 4K. Oh shoot, I was going to get to the White House. I'm not going to make it to the White House for the arrival of the Secretary General. I assume he's already in there. I found this weird plaque over here once. Let me go show it to you guys again because it was just so bizarre. the names on this random plaque that dates back over 100 years. And you see all these trees, it's like a nice grove of trees. Well, the National Grange of the Patron of Husbandry was organized on November 4th, 1867 in the office of the Superintendent of the Propagating Gardens, Department of Agriculture. And that's the founders of this grange of trees. But I mean, I don't think we have a supervisor of propagation anymore. Maybe they do, but it was a pretty cool title. They named things a lot different 100 and some years ago. 150 years ago almost. I think I can sneak over on this one. Okay. Whew. This is America. A homeless man's worldly possessions covered up by a gigantic American flag on the side of the road of Georgetown, next to the Four Seasons Hotel, where you can't stay for under $500 a night. That's just a little bit weird. I gave him all the cash I had in my wallet. It wasn't much, just a few bucks. But it was kind of a striking contrast. So all in all, today wasn't a very successful day. I didn't get to see the helicopters, I didn't get down there. I was able to show you what the Capitol looks like now that the exercise is over. I don't know what else is going on. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Maybe we'll have something more interesting. All right, bye-bye.